Hey guys, I'm so excited to be doing a little Fenty Beauty haul and swatches video for you today. I was lucky enough to attend Sephora Pitt Street yesterday morning and we got to go to a little launch party about an hour before the store actually opened. So it was really exciting to have some of the first looks at the products and be a part of it and be invited. And then to top it off, we got sent home with a little goodie bag, which was absolutely amazing. I'm so appreciative for that. But I was that blown away by the range that I had to go back in once Sephora opened up. And I bought a bunch of stuff for myself as well. So I was going to do a full face of like first impression try-ons, which I'm still going to do, but I have a really bad rash around my chin at the moment, so it's not really an appropriate time to be testing foundations and stuff like that because I have a lot of texture, it's very irritated, and I don't know why I have the rash in the first place, so I don't really want to be using new products around that area that I don't know how they work and perform for me. So I'm just going to get into like a haul and swatch video today, and hopefully next weekend this rash situation is all sorted and I can film like a foundation full day wear and like testing all the other products on camera for you guys. So let me know if you are keen to see that. Without further ado, let's actually get into showing you what I got. So I'll start off with what I purchased myself. The first thing is the primer, which it's called the Soft Matte Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. So it comes in a really cute baby pink box. Everything is very baby pink, sort of nude colors, which I love. So all the packaging is super like luxurious. It has a glass bottle, as you can see, with the matte soft matte plastic lid. And as you can see, even the primer itself is like a really soft pink color, which is so cool. It's all very matchy. It has a pump. It comes with 32 mils or 1.8 fluid ounces. Let me just compare that to some other primers. So their Too Faced Hangover Primer comes with 40 mils, so it's got a bit less than that. And then the Benefit Professional comes with 50 mils. So it actually has a lot less product in it than most of my primers. Let me check the Makeup Forever. The Makeup Forever is only 30 mils, so it's more on par with Makeup Forever's size primers, but I guess based on an average it is not as much product as usual. I don't know if we'll be able to see any like visible results on my hand as such, but let me just put a little squirt of product on it. I don't want to waste it because, you know, when you spend your money on makeup, you don't want to waste it. It feels like it's not like super thick by any means. It actually comes out kind of thick looking, but it's very light. It feels very light as I'm rubbing it into my hand. It's a shine stopping, pore diffusing primer that smooths the way for better foundation application and longer wear with instant retouch effect. So it's meant to essentially give you the perfect base before applying your foundation. Okay, so it retails for $32 US, which is $1 a mil essentially, and in Australian dollars it is $46. So all their products are high end in the price range of things. They're not sort of like YSL luxury price tags, but they're comparable to sort of MAC prices in Australia. So next up I got two of the foundations. So it's called the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation and it says long wear foundation. I got the shades 190 and 260. I feel like 190 is going to be a little bit too white and 260 is probably going to be a little bit too dark, so I'm going to have to mix the foundations. But I found it sort of hard picking out my correct shade when I was swatching in store. They have great undertones and there is actually 40 shades, which I feel like is absolutely insane, especially for the launch of a foundation. Like you would think over a period of time they would accumulate up to 40 shades, but no, Rihanna Fenty Beauty has 40 shades straight off the bat, which is literally crazy, and I think that's super amazing. I noticed they had warm undertone and neutral undertone and peach undertone foundations. So I felt like the warm undertone was a little bit too warm for me, so I went with more of a neutral base, which is a little bit different to what I usually gravitate towards now. So 190 and 260 are both neutral colors. Typically I go with more like sand yellow undertones, but I just felt like the warm undertones weren't quite right for me. Here is the packaging for the foundation. So this bottle also contains 32 mils, exact same as the primer. It has the frosted glass bottle with the plastic lid. Now this kind of looks white on camera. It's a little bit more of like a nudie color in real life, and then it also has the same plastic pump. The packaging feels really good actually, and this foundation retails for $34 US and 50 Australian dollars, and like I said, it comes in 40 shades, which is so insane, and it describes it as a soft matte long wear foundation with buildable medium to full coverage in a boundary breaking range of 40 shades. And I agree with that. 40 shades on launch is pretty freaking insane. So this color here is 260, and I'm just going to pump it on my arm. Don't want to waste it, so I'm only going to do a little bit. So that's 260. So I don't know if you guys can see properly on camera, but that looks like pretty much like what my fake tan shade is on my arm right now in this very moment. So I'm just going to let that sit there for a second. I might just blend it down a little bit. Yeah, it's like exactly my fake tan shade. The only thing is I feel like these do oxidize a little bit. So I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but it is quite a runny formulation. I feel like 190 is more of the correct undertone for me as well personally. Like, it has more of, even though it's still neutral, it has more of a yellow undertone compared to 260 or whatever it was I got. Yeah, 260. So I feel like if I mix like one pump of each together, it's actually going to be my perfect shade. I don't personally mind having to have more than one foundation shade just because I do fake tan a lot. So it's actually more convenient for me to be able to have two shades in a foundation I like and sort of customize it to how deep my fake tan is. So this foundation definitely oxidizes. So if you're going in store and swatching, I would recommend swatching, keep walking around for a little bit and wait for it to fully dry and then pick your shade. And if you're buying online, I would maybe recommend going down a shade. And I feel like one pump of each, I think will actually be my perfect shade, which, how about, that's a good idea. How about I get my little compact? So I've done like a little pump of each there. I'm just going to mix it. The only other foundation I have that oxidizes a lot in my collection is Urban Decay's All Nighter. It does the same thing, and I do find it really hard to get my right shade because of that. It just creates a little bit of havoc, so we'll just see how this dries down anyway. Like when I look at this shade on the compact now that's mixed, I feel like, yeah, that would be perfect on my face. But if it's going to oxidize down heaps. So I also grabbed one of the Precision makeup sponges. I just saw this and it felt really soft even though it wasn't wet. So I was like, yes, I'm going to try that out. So it comes in a little plastic bag. So as you can see, when you look at the sponge, it's rounded on one side, then it's flat on the other side, and then the tip is also flat. So the only thing that's going to be hard is I won't be able to get in around my very inner corners of my eyes with a sponge like this, but I think it's going to be amazing for foundation application and also for blending out any of the cream contours. So this baby retails for $16 US or 24 Australian dollars, and it says it's a 3-sided latex-free makeup sponge, perfect for applying and blending all formulas. So they say use the slanted edge for controlled stippling, the mini moon edge for targeted coverage, perfect for under the eyes, and the rounded edge for all over buffing. No matter the formula, liquid, cream or powder, the Precision makeup sponge lets you customize your coverage. Born to deliver fast, easy, seamless results every time. So I just wanted to check in and show you guys how the foundations are drying. I feel like the 190 shade has oxidized so much. I don't really think 260 has oxidized anywhere near as much as the lighter shade, and the mixed shades has definitely oxidized a bit darker than what I was expecting too. Not as dark as 260, but still a little bit dark. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to be way closer to 190 than what I thought. I thought I was definitely going to need to be darker than that, but maybe not. We shall see though. Once I actually have a chance to try the foundation, I do typically highlight my face a lot, and that usually brings down the overall darkness of your foundation, so it makes it lighter, which is why I often have like a little bit of a wider face to my chest, because I like to conceal a lot. So next up I got the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo. So it's in the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, and I have it on my cheekbones. I'm hoping you guys can see that glow because it is insane. It's also on my inner corner, and I also have one of the shades all over my lid as well. So this is a compact. It is so pretty, super simplistic, and then you open it up and it's just like bam. So this is the one that's called Lightning Dust, and this one is called Fire Crystal. So you get 2 times 3.5 gram pans or 2 times 0.12 ounce pans. So let me just find another highlighter to compare to. I don't have any other split highlighters. So for example, a full size exposed highlight by Tarte is 0.20 ounces. And what did I say this one was? This one is 0.12 ounces. So you get obviously half the size in each color, but it's essentially the same size as a normal highlight. It's actually 2 ounces, 0.4 ounces more, 0.04 ounces more. What other highlights can I compare it to? Becca. Becca has 0.28 ounces in their highlighters. So overall, a little bit less than what Becca has. So pretty standard though, even though it's split pan, altogether the amount of product is pretty standard in volume. These retail for $34 US and 50 Australian dollars. Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter was born to reflect your every mood with its lineup of illuminizing solos and duos. With a dose of skin glorifying color, Kilowatt ranges from subtle day glow to insanely supercharged with shades that were designed for all skin tones. Unlike your everyday highlighter, Kilowatt keeps skin lit beyond sundown with its weightless long wear formula, a cream powder hybrid that instantly melts into skin and blends with almost zero effort. Another win is it's loaded with super fine shimmer for an ultra smooth creamy texture. Now I don't know where I read it, but I read that like they say you can use this on your eyes as well, so that's what I did obviously. So I used the more toned down shade over my lid, which is what they're describing as the everyday color, and I used the more intensifying color on my cheekbones, and girl, it is beautiful. I'm hoping it's picking up on camera because I literally feel like I look wet. Like, that's how beautiful it is. It's like one of those highlighters that look really wet. It just looks so pretty. And when I apply it, it doesn't feel like a cream. It feels like a powder, but when I swatch it, it feels more creamy, if that makes sense. So with a finger swatch. So I'm going to quickly update you one more time on these foundations, then I'll remove them and I'll put the highlighters on here. But that's how the colors ended up oxidizing. So they are both fully dry now. Okay, so I'm just going to be swatching this shade first. So I'll just give it a little rub my finger in. I didn't take too much product. Wow. Hope you guys can see how pretty that swatch is. That was like not much product at all. It feels so nice when you run your finger through it. So then taking my other ring finger, I'm going to take the lighter or less vibrant of the two. Just gave it a little back and forth. So that one's much more subtle on my arms. I can see it, but you can't like see it heaps well in those swatches. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like on my cheekbone because like I said, I do have that less vibrant shade on my lid and it is very subtle, but I do feel like it is picking up nicely. I don't have my lights on super bright today just because if you guys have been following me for ages, you know I have lots of eye issues and my eyes are a little bit irritated today, so I didn't want to turn heaps of bright lights on and like aggravate them even more, but I do have that color all over my lid and then on the inner corner the brighter highlight. So I'm impressed with how the first one swatches. It is so bright and blinding. The second one looks a little bit dull on my arm, but it is also an arm swatch. So just put my phone light on it. Yeah, so you can see it so much more when I have my phone light on it. Check that out. So next up we'll dive into the items I was very generously gifted at the event. So they actually gave us the Trophy Wife highlighter, which is what Rihanna was wearing at the launch herself. It is the first thing that caught my eye. Like when we walked into that room, this just stood out to me and I could see it from a mile away. So it has the same packaging as the other highlighter, but look at that color in that pan. It is actually insane. I have never seen anything like it, and on Rihanna it looked so beautiful. She had it all up her cheekbones and all over her eyes, and it just looked so stunning on her. So for me personally, I would not wear this on my cheekbones or anything unless I was doing like some really dramatic out there makeup look for some special occasion. On like an everyday glam basis, it's not my type of shade to wear on my cheekbones, but if you like really out there colors or if you're of a darker complexion, this is like. So what I'm going to use it for instead is for inner corner highlight and also for across my lid. So you can definitely use all these highlighters as shadows, and I'm just going to swatch it and just show you guys. I'm trying to hold my other finger next to it because I don't want to give you guys the bird. But oh, That's it there. I'm so tongue-tied. I can't talk for starters. I'm so hopeless at swatching. I just feel like these swatches are not doing these products any justice. I also don't have like super bright lights on in here either, but guys, let me just get my camera phone light, my torch. See? You guys see that reflection? Can you see that? Hoping my camera is picking it up. It is honestly so pretty. I cannot wait to put that all over my eyelid. I think that is going to look beautiful on me as an eyeshadow color, an inner corner pop highlight, anything like that. It is incredible. It is like a bright yellow gold color. It is so, so beautiful, and I just cannot wait to wear it. So next up, we were very generously given the Matchstick Trio set, and I have the colors in medium 200, which when I was swatching the contour shades, I like the contour shade out of this best. I'm just not sure if the bamboo colored highlighter is light enough for me personally, but we shall see when I actually try it. But these are so cool. So they retail for $54 US and 79 Australian dollars for the trio. So you get a concealer shade, a contour shade, and a highlight shade in this box. So cute. And oh, I cannot wait to show you the packaging of these. So these are magnetic, so it's so cool. So they actually all like stick together. So that's them there, and as you can see, they are magnetic. How sick is that? And they actually come, you can get a little brush that's in the same sort of packaging that also can stick to it with a magnet. It's so fun to play with. So it says these are a magnetized trio of longwear light as air makeup sticks curated by skin tone, with 2 matchsticks matte skin sticks to conceal and contour, and 1 matchstick shimmer to highlight. So you can buy these separately, so if you don't want all 3, you can definitely buy them all individually. I'll tell you what they retail for. They are sold individually for $25 US or 37 Australian dollars. So I probably could have just bought a concealer shade separately myself, but I didn't think about that. But I have no doubt I'm going to be buying more product from the range anyway. Also, in each little contour stick, you get 0.25 ounces or 7.10 grams. So it does actually go down a tiny bit below what you can see, but that is how much product you get in it. So not much really when you think about it, really not much. So let me just get into swatching them though. So I've just noticed on the Fenty Beauty website you can actually do your own customizable trio, so you don't have to buy them all separately and pay more. You can still get them in a set if you want all 3 and just customize what shades you want. That is amazing. Oh, I'm so glad they've done that. That is so good. Also, I noticed they have free international shipping with orders over $150 as well. So this is Bamboo, which is very much like my skin tone. Then I'm going to swatch Mocha next to that. I feel like Mocha is like my perfect contour shade. And then I'm going to swatch Tripping, which is the highlighter, which is like a peach. Oh, that's really pretty. So that is all 3 of the shades there. So we have the concealer shade, the contour shade, and the highlight shade. I actually really like that highlight shade. I wonder how that would look on your actual cheeks as a blush. I wonder if it's too highlighty. Because, I mean, in real life, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, it has a crazy intense reflect that is so pretty. And the Bamboo shade, it's not light enough for me for a concealer. I definitely need much lighter than that for a concealer shade. I would not use anything that dark under my eyes. I'll show you, where's my Shape Tape? In the shade Light Neutral, which is what I would usually use under my eyes. And I'll just show you that in comparison. So yeah, it's Shape Tape so much more yellow undertone, even though it says it's neutral. It looks much more yellow, and it's like a gazillion shades lighter. So I'm definitely going to jump online and get another concealer shade, because I'm not even gonna waste my time trying that under my eyes. So next up, we got one of the beautiful Fenty Glow lip glosses. This is apparently meant to be a super universal shade that anyone of any skin tone, any complexion can wear. It's going to be very much like a rosy nude color on me personally, but I live for the packaging and I live for glosses. You know, glosses are like my favorite formula. I really don't care what sort of gloss it is, just if it's glossy, I typically love it. So when you unscrew the lid, it has like a massive doe foot applicator. Like it is huge. That I can't talk. The applicator is literally huge, and I'm just gonna put it on the back of my hand for you guys. Pretty sticky. It has like a little bit of shimmer in it, but that's definitely gonna be much more of like a darker, nudie, rosy color on my lips personally. It smells really good. I don't actually know what it smells like. It just smells super fruity, but I love it. It's called the Gloss Bomb, and it's a universal lip luminizer. It retails for $18 US and 30 Australian. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Fenty Beauty Invisi-Matte Blotting Papers. These are designed, I think, to pop in your handbag to take on the go with you, because it comes with like this little compact thing with a mirror, and where you actually place the blotting papers in, and then you can buy the refillable blotting papers. So how good would that be just to put in your handbag? So it says, lift away shine while leaving makeup perfectly untouched. Made with natural botanical fibers and the same expert technique as traditional Japanese paper. Invisi-Matte is as absorbent as it is silky smooth, with a continuous pinky nude scroll that lets you choose your perfect size sheet every time. Oh, so you can like, it's just like one long scroll and you just rip off what you need. That is so good. So I'm pretty sure that is everything I have to say in today's video. Once I've tried it all out and worn it for a few days, I'll be able to share some more in-depth sort of thoughts and opinions on everything. So stay tuned for that video if you guys are interested. And also don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed the video, and I'd love to know in the comment section, are you keen to try any of these beautiful Fenty products out? Are you gonna pass? I'd just love to have a chat to you guys below. And if you're a new face, thank you so much for watching. You should definitely subscribe before you leave. And for everyone that made it to the very end, you guys are always my MVPs, so thank you so very much. I love you all to pieces, and I'll be talking to you really soon. Bye.